but I prefer the silver bullet design on it anyway. Reminds me less of Gears of War that way. Reminds me too much of the Lancer from Gears of War, the classic Lancer, the one with the bayonet instead of the chainsaw. Enter our contact for this world, for this DLC.
We did.
Well, there were a lot of them, but you did great.
Thanks.
Come on, let's see what's hiding in here. Besides hordes and hordes of frozen hive, I mean.
You might have seen during the... they already said who she was because they showed her name tag in the opening cutscene. That's Anastasia Bray. That's Anna Bray. She is part of the Bray family. You may be familiar with that with the term of the building called Clovis Bray, the research facility on Mars we went to many, many times in Destiny 1. That's the same people. Same family. New mission, Pilgrimage. I can make a Final Fantasy X reference, but I won't.
You two clear a path while I try to find a way into Clovis Bray.
We've encountered Warminds before, but Ikora said Rasputin was trapped on Earth.
Rasputin is capable of operating across multiple systems simultaneously.
So all those times the Vanguard was trying to talk to him in the Cosmodrome.
They were engaging fragments of Rasputin left behind after the collapse. But his core mind was always here.
So the Rasputin that we accessed in the 4th mission, I think it was, in Destiny 1, was a fragmented piece of Rasputin. And then the same one that we accessed in the last Array mission in Destiny 1 was a fragmented piece of Rasputin. Interesting. Alright, where are we going here? Just following the arrow here. Bray Tech Futurescape. What an awesome name. Good God, look at that building there. Look at that diamond-shaped building there. That's huge. Oh, look. Cabal. Haven't seen them in a while. Actually, sir, I just finished doing the... I created a new hunter recently, just to... So, I like having my... I like having my... each class be a different specific race, just because it fits the certain race better, in my opinion. You know, the Awoken, I feel, are kind of mystical, so I feel they're best as a warlock. So I like my... That's why my warlock is an Awoken. And... I feel that machines would be best suited for the role of a Titan because Titans are very strong and machines can be built really strong. Think about Data from Star Trek, for example. He's a really strong android. So, you know, it just seems to make sense that the Exos, I think, should be a Titan because they're, you know, they can be built really strong. And then Hunters just seem to have a more of a human aspect to them because it's more of what a human can do. You know, humans, you know, they hunt for food and they hunt for sport. I just feel that humans fit better as hunters. So, and of course, again, you know, the race doesn't matter. You could have an Awoken Hunter if you wanted, or an Exo Warlock. It just, you know, to me, you know, technicality says it doesn't really make sense to me. A robot being able to cast magic powers like the Warlocks can just doesn't really make sense to me. But, you know, it make it any way you want. That's just how it fits to me. That's why I like my Warlock to be a Awoken Human Hunter and a Exo Titan. Well, recently I remembered that my Hunter was an Exo. I don't know why I made my Hunter Exo before, but I did. And then recently I recreated a Human Hunter. And then, of course, I had to go through the main storyline in order to do all this stuff. And so when I say recently I've dealt with the Red Legion, it's because I just finished the vanilla story of Destiny 2. So, I'm quite familiar with the Red Legion. Dealt with them a lot over the past couple of days. Brackus to learn. Anything like Brackus to learn? And you see the phalanx can restore their shields, but if you shoot them right in the center of the shield, they actually lower the shield for a little while. Here, you can have that, Valis. Or Brackus. Oh, something's still here. Oh, there he is. Lecture complete, and... Hi, Anna.
I'm here. I'm really here. I can't believe it. Clovis Bray. I'm home. The main access is encrypted. Good thing I know a few tricks. At least that seems to run in the family.
Personnel identified, Dr. Anastasia Bray. Welcome to the Clovis Bray Research Facility, the fabled cradle of invention on Mars. You are part of an important moment in history. Together, we will strive to reach beyond the stars. Remember, you are Clovis Bray.
That sounds like the speaker. Clear a path to Clovis Bray. Alright. I guess we're going to leave Anna here and we move on. I guess. I'm not guessing. I know because I've done this part.
Looks like Rasputin's core is housed in a separate structure. Hope you're up for a little exploring.
Now, I've seen these things, and I saw screenshots, this little thing I'm targeting here, I saw screenshots of these things, and what I saw was someone using a sniper rifle on them, but I don't know what they do. I've tried shooting them, and all I get is immune out of it. I don't really know what they do. I'm sure it's got to be some kind of secret of some sort. I know you don't do anything to it physically, because you walk up to it, there's no button to press. You can melee it, but it just says immune. Shooting it doesn't do anything. I don't know if it has to be specifically a sniper rifle that you have to use, or maybe it's just done at a certain time or whatnot. Maybe doing it in the middle of a mission you can't do anything with it. But I know there's something to those things.
This facility is massive.
The Brays dream big. I don't know much about my family, but I know that.
It sure is. It's bigger. No, closer. It's even bigger than it looked before. Whew. All right, where do we go? Oh, what the hell is this? Requires override frequency. This I did not see before. Now I do know that in one of the adventures on Io, there was an item that looked like this that you chase around a few times, and the mission is called the adventure is called Arecibo, I believe it is. I may be forgetting the exact name, but you chase this little item around because it's making music, and you actually have to have music turned on in order to find this item, because you actually have to follow the music, and if you have music turned off, you can't hear anything. So you have a harder time tracking it down unless you know exactly where it is. And eventually you come across this one, and you have one like this. It opens up, and Ghost goes crazy. He starts mentioning ice caps on Mars, and things of that sort. And obviously it's leading to this DLC, which I thought was very interesting. One thing I definitely liked about the Destiny series is how they kind of tease future events without spoiling very much. For example, I talked about the Arecibo, I talked about this item here, and mentioning this DLC. You remember there was an item in the vanilla Destiny 1 or mission called the Shrine of Oryx, where you destroyed it. It was communing with their god or king, and then like 2 expansions later they come out with the Taken King, who is Oryx, obviously. They talk about the Sword of Crota, and then eventually they bring out the Crota DLC. Even earlier in the vanilla Destiny 1, they talked about the Vault of Glass, and then the first raid is the Vault of Glass. In the Pyramidion strike in Destiny 2, they mention hearing about or Ikora says she recognizes the voice of Osiris, and that's teasing about the Curse of Osiris DLC, which is all about the Vex, which the Pyramid is a Vex building. And the Osiris DLC is all based around the Vex and this old warlock called Osiris. So I do like how they kind of tease future events and future expansions and stuff without really saying too much. Here's another one of those items.
A lot of Hive activity. They're swarming the core.
On it. Let me try to access the security systems.
It really makes you want to pay attention and really do those hidden things to find out, okay, what might be next. Clearly, there's going to be something pretty soon. When I say pretty soon, eventually with the Hive, with a creature known as Sabha Thune, at the time I'm pronouncing it, because there's a strike on Titan called the Song of Sabha Thune, and the Sabha Thune song is a giant shrieker. And there's a contact that you hear from in that strike that you never, unfortunately, get to meet because she's an exo guardian that dies to give you the ability to defeat Sabha Thune's song. And she says this shrieker, something really big and really old is going to use this shrieker to set eyes on this planet, referring to Titan. And clearly I don't know what they're going to call the expansion, but I got a feeling that pretty much the Taken King version of Destiny 2's expansion is going to be a expansion based on Sabha Thune. There we go. Because they talk about it a lot. There's a lot of enemies that spawn that are such and such a Sabha Thune. You might remember there was enemies that spawned in Destiny 1 that was like the blood of Oryx, the hand of Crota, the eye of Crota. You know, things of that sort. So there's been enemies in Destiny 2 that have been called like the Rage of Sabha Thune, the Pride of Sabha Thune. So Sabha Thune is going to be a very, very important enemy, very important to the Hive, possibly a sister to Oryx, I believe. So Sabha Thune is going to be very important to Destiny 2, or at least to the Destiny story in the Hive. Whoa, shit. I knew I walked too fast. Oops. Alright, let's try just walking up here. Yeah, less likely to fall the fuck off. I was wrong. I hate the planet Titan because there's so many places you can fall off of, especially in the campaign part of the game, as you know, narrow pathways and broken bridges and stuff. I'm not good at platform games. I proved this in my Crash Bandicoot Let's Play. No! Why, gaming gods, must you torture me this way? This is essentially a moment of platforming. I'm not good at this. Okay. Up here. Turn up here.
We have a big problem.
Yeah, it's called gravity.
Come on, Rasputin. Give me something here.
Okay, done. Whoa, that's a really big ogre. It was.
The Valkyrie. Rasputin's weapon. I think he hurt us.
Yeah, you might have seen this during the reveal trailer if you watched not the reveal trailer, but the reveal stream that Bungie did a couple of weeks back before this DLC came out. Execute Submarine Valkyrie. Press R2 to throw the Valkyrie. You can actually hold it to charge it up. And you can press R3 to do a slam attack. Slam! Very powerful slam attack, I might add. Whoosh! It's kind of a timer thing. Oops. Luckily I fell down here, but I can get back up. It does have ammo, essentially, but it's like kind of a timer type ammo, so it depletes after a while. I'm going to grab this, and swoosh! And whoosh! And had you had some of my super. Pick up Valkyrie. Unhallowed Knight. I'm gonna die here. I should probably do this. Get rid of that star over there. Whoosh! There we go. Kill off some of these guys for a second. Hi guys, what y'all doing down there? You guys just always sound creepy. I've never understood that grenade. Sometimes you'll throw it and it'll just hit the ground and bounce straight up, come down, then explode. Instead of just exploding as soon as it hits the ground. That grenade has always confused me. Sometimes it'll explode as soon as it hits the ground. Other times, it decides to become a rubber ball. Alright. Vanquisher. Now, if you hold the charge too long, it actually loses its charge. So, when you hold the trigger down, you hear it power up. You need to let it go as soon as you can, otherwise it's actually going to fail and not charge. It's going to start to disappear, so I'll just grab this one. Go up here. And slam down. And slam down. He's dead. And they're both dead. There's a couple of big knights, by the way, in case you didn't notice.
Unlocked. Did you?
It wasn't me. Maybe he's inviting us inside. Maybe this is where questions finally turn into answers.
Maybe so. Let's find out. Let's go! I'm going to lose Valkyrie before I get there. Oh well. It works not too dissimilar from the axe that you might remember from the Rise of Iron in Destiny 1, if you did play that, or watch me play it, whatever. Actually, I don't think I put the Rise of Iron on my channel now that I think about it. Oh well. Zavala's here. What you doing here?
Hello, Guardian.
Oh, shanks.
What do you think you're doing?
Came here because of
Do you
him,
have
her.
any idea how dangerous this thing is?
I'm here because of her.
What are you
Her
trying
fault.
to do to Rasputin?
Rasputin is Vanguard business, Anastasia, not yours. You do not belong here.
I
He
beg
doesn't
your
sound
pardon?
happy.
You belonged in the city. But instead of standing by your brothers and sisters when Gaul came for us, you were here, doing what you always do. What you were never supposed to do.
I did what I believed to be right.
He mad.
I came here to protect humanity. Isn't that what Guardians are supposed to do? This is a war of many fronts. And there's more than one way to fight it, Zavala. Look. You tried to shield the entire world. But you can't. There's got to be a better way.
And you think Rasputin is the answer? It's gone silent. It's a broken weapon. Too dangerous to be left alone and too unpredictable to wield.
That might be true. Or maybe he has nothing to say. Maybe. Just maybe. We never bothered to ask him what he wanted.
I don't have time to go through this with you again. You had no right.
I have every right. You don't understand the connection I share with Rasputin. Here, let me show you.
Okay, who's hungry?
Okay. We should really figure out exactly what's doing that.
I think we shouldn't. I think we should just assume that someone's tummy's rumbling because they're hungry. We don't need to find out what that is.